Four faces carved into a mountain, seen by millions every year. But there's more to Mount Rushmore than meets the eye, because what you see from a distance, it's only part of the story. Welcome back to Love Nesters and episode 5 of our South Dakota road trip series. In our last video, we explored America's most famous roadside attraction, Wall Drug, and we climbed to the top of the world's largest jackalope. But today, our adventure is about to get monumental. We're not just showing you the great faces, we're sharing tips and tricks on how to make the most of your visit. And we've got 2 other larger-than-life stops to explore nearby. Trust us, the last one might just surprise you. Thanks for joining us on a truly monumental Love Nesters adventure. As you approach one of America's most iconic landmarks, it's hard not to feel a sense of anticipation. Welcome to Mount Rushmore, a place where history, engineering, and sheer scale all come together. And here's something that might surprise you right away. There's no fee to enter the memorial. Now, there is a $10 parking fee, and that is good for the entire day. So after you park, there are some very nice restrooms here. And then, of course, there is an information center.
Good son, Borglum. Rumor has it he was good friends with Frank Lloyd Wright. This was sculpted by his son Lincoln Borglum.
From the parking area, your experience begins with the Avenue of Flags, a walkway lined with all 50 U.S. state flags plus territories. This section was added in 1976 during the U.S. bicentennial, and it creates a powerful lead-in as you make your way towards the monument.
Mount Rushmore definitely has the wow factor. Been 20 years since we've been here. We pull in. It's like, wow. Celebrating 250 years. So Mount Rushmore's going to be hopping this summer. Hopping.
Well, Wisconsin has got room for another territory. There's an empty space there. They could have one more flag. Now, if you're visiting in the summer, you'll definitely want to plan your visit around the evening program, which is held in this amphitheater just below the monument. These programs typically run from late May to September. They will include a ranger talk and a short film, and then a lighting ceremony that illuminates the faces at night. It's a completely different experience, and one many visitors say is the highlight of their trip.
Residential trail at Mount Rushmore, so we can get a little bit closer. Are you excited?
I'm excited. I know there's one way you get a lot of steps and one way you don't, so we'll see.
We know how much you love steps.
I know. There's like 425 steps if you go the wrong way.
Whoa. Are you serious, Clark?
I wouldn't joke about stairs.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, let's give it a try. We'll let you know the easy way to go. Thanks for being here.
So if you are not here during peak season, the sculptor's studio is not open. So that's why we chose to take the trail going to the left. If you're enjoying this video, we would sure appreciate it if you would give this video a thumbs up. And if you're looking for weekly hobby and adventure ideas, well, we invite you to subscribe to Love Nesters. It won't cost you a thing, and you'll get lots of ideas to connect with the ones that you hold dear.
Yeah, it's hard to see Teddy here, but this is a cool angle. Actually, closer to sunset's actually a pretty cool time to see this.
Each of the 4 presidential faces, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln, stand about 60 feet tall. Now that's roughly the height of a 6-story building. Even more impressive, each nose, it's about 20 feet long, and the eyes are around 11 feet wide. Construction began in 1927 and continued for 14 years when it finally wrapped up in 1941. Now, the order that the presidents were carved in is first George Washington, then Thomas Jefferson, followed by Abraham Lincoln, and finally Theodore Roosevelt.
Recommend you doing the loop because you get different angles of the Mount Rushmore. They're all impressive.
Go through this trail. It's designed to have a special viewing area for each president. Now, George, you can kind of see everywhere, but if you go down into what looks like a cave, you get this view. And they do have an audio thing available if you want to buy one of those.
One way to celebrate 250 years of a nation is to visit Mount Rushmore. What a great historical site.
And when you come to Mount Rushmore, don't stop at the viewing platform the easy way. Take the presidential loop. It's not that hard of a walk, and you get some great views of the presidents.
And some great historical facts about each of the presidents.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for being here.
So at this point, it has been very easy, no steps. They do warn you. You could turn around and go back the other way, but we're going to press ahead. To create this sculpture, workers had to remove about 450,000 tons of rocks. And the crazy part, about 90% of that was done using dynamite. Only the final details were carved using drills and chisels. And the part that I found so impressive, despite the dangerous conditions, not a single worker died during this project. So this is, I think, a little newer. This is the sculptor's studio. Oh, I think we can look in this window. Over 450,000 tons of rock were removed in order to do Mount Rushmore, and this is some of the equipment they used. So there is a restroom along this trail, along the President's Trail. At a very slow pace, this trail is taking us about an hour, and we're stopping to film and talk and rest. Now, our research suggested that the best time to come to see the presidents is at sunrise, but I have to say, we're here later in the day, around 5 o'clock, and it is still a beautiful time. So while the monument is open later, the cafe is only open until 6 o'clock. So if you do want to get some of that famous Jefferson ice cream, plan ahead. The gift shop remains open until 8. All right, they do have a great little gift shop here where things that you can pick up, all your souvenirs. Looks like there might even be some Black Hills gold here in the back. Lots of stickers. Wow, I have that exact design in a spoon. Now, besides viewing the monument, you can also walk the Presidential Trail, which gives you a closer and different angle view of the sculptures. You can also stop at the Lincoln Borglum Visitor Center to learn more about the history and the construction. During the summer months, you can check out the sculpture studio where you can see models and tools that were used during the project. And of course, if you're hungry, well, there's the Carvers Café, which serves some ice cream based on a recipe from Thomas Jefferson. So this is the famous Thomas Jefferson recipe vanilla ice cream.
Serious?
It
Thomas
is.
Jefferson's very own.
Yeah, I think you can actually buy the recipe for $1 in the gift shop. Wow. You're gonna need help?
I got it.
Okay, cheers.
Let's go.
Okay, I'm a fan of vanilla ice cream. I think this is wonderful.
I'm a fan of Thomas Jefferson.
You get a lot here, so one portion is absolutely going to be enough for us. Whether you're here for the history or the views or just to check this off your bucket list, Mount Rushmore is one of those places that you have to see at least once in your life. But as you'll soon see, this is just one stop. We have even more monumental adventures ahead of us. From Mount Rushmore, it's about a 30-minute drive to our next stop, the Crazy Horse Memorial. Now, we arrived just before closing, so we had to take it in from a distance. But even from afar, the scale is incredible. When it's finished, this will be the largest mountain carving in the world. The face alone is 87 feet tall, bigger than the presidents at Mount Rushmore, and the full monument will stretch over 600 feet long. Now, it began construction in 1948. There really is no official completion date, and it could take decades more to finish. We were here 20 years ago, and the most significant change was in the arm. If you visit during the day, you can explore museums, exhibits, and learn about Native American history. And a few times each year, they even allow visitors to walk up onto the mountain right near the face. One of our viewers told us about that. That would be absolutely a fun thing to do. Now, even though we couldn't get close this time, it's still a powerful stop and one you may want to add to your Black Hills itinerary. Just minutes from Mount Rushmore, about a 10-minute drive into Keystone, we found one stop that fits perfectly into this monumental adventure, Dahl's Chainsaw Art. Now this one is a little different. It's completely free to visit, and everywhere you look, there's something worth stopping for. Unexpected carvings and plenty of photo opportunities along the way. And tucked in among it all is one very large sculpture that you won't want to miss. Let's just say it might be the most unexpected stop of the day. There are so many great photo spots here. You could sit on that Harley. Look at this Harley. This is fantastic. Wow. Oh my goodness, this is spectacular. And of course, the largest or the most complete skeleton of a T-Rex was found in the state of South Dakota. It's free to come in, it's free to take photos, and of course, you can buy some of their art. Some days you can actually see them making it. But this is the main reason I wanted to come. This is Dahl's Chainsaw Art in Keystone, South Dakota. They have locations all in the major tourist towns, and each one has a big centerpiece attraction. This one is Bigfoot. He's said to be the world's tallest. If he was standing up, he'd be really, really tall. He's free, and it's a great place to come and visit. This turned out to be the perfect place to grab a few great photos. But it's time to keep this road trip moving. We hope you'll join us as the adventure continues in Custer State Park, where the views are spectacular and the wildlife doesn't just stay in the distance. Sometimes it stops traffic.